At the end of 2015, Honda introduced the new 10th generation Honda Civic, and this car took the world by storm, winning awards like the North American Car of the Year and AJAC, or the Automotive Journalist of Canada's Car of the Year. This car has set the new benchmarks in terms of refinement, performance, and features in the compact car class. Now, 6 months later, the Civic Coupe has been launched, and we learned from the lead exterior designer that it takes a lot more than just taking out two doors to make a coupe to high Civic standards.
I think the toughest thing was convincing the engineering teams to completely re-engineer the platform. We wanted this car to be the most charismatic, the most ambitious, the most fun to drive Civic we've ever made it. And in order to do that, we had to completely re-engineer the platform, which was a very obviously expensive and costly thing to do. But the resultant now is that you have this much lower driving position. The car is 2 inches wider than the outgoing Civic. It's much lower, sleeker, wider, and I think it really embraces this kind of fun to drive athleticism and kind of has created or allowed us to create this very honest product. We've also taken 5.5 inches out of the rear overhang, so you really get the feeling that we've taken the wheels and we pulled them out to the extent of the vehicle, so you get this very kind of fun to drive and sporty feel. You'll notice the interior has the seats are new and the rear seats are new, and they also feature a kind of a different, a more kind of lifestyle material choices on the inside. And then I think one of the big visual differences is when you look at the car from the rear, you have this signature taillight graphic. What we wanted to do with this car, and what we're very, very proud of, is we're kind of correcting something. Like right now, when you look at the current Civic on the road in the daytime, you can identify it as a Civic, but in the nighttime, it's very hard to differentiate it and pull it apart from the other cars on the road. Now, with this Civic Coupe, you can be following it on the freeway. It doesn't matter if it's the daytime or the nighttime. As soon as you see that taillight illuminated, you're gonna know, bang, that's a Civic Coupe. And I think that's a very strong characteristic that differentiates it not only from the outgoing Civic Coupe, but also a lot of the cars on the road today. I think what we wanted to do with this car was to kind of embrace the very philosophy of what a true Honda should be. We wanted to kind of go back to what the original Honda was, and for this car to have the same impact that the original car had. So we kind of had this idea that we wanted to make a car that if Mr. Honda was around today, he himself would feel proud of this car. And that's where we set the bar with this vehicle. We wanted to create a car that really embraced our time in Indy, in motor racing, in Formula One. We wanted this car to be a communication of that passion, of that heritage. We wanted this car to be, almost the best Civic we've ever made. We wanted this car to be epic, and we're incredibly proud with what we've been able to achieve with this.